Goodnight America, starring Mark DeCarlo. Tonight, a very special episode. Mark finds weapons-grade plutonium in the back of his cab and has a dickens of a time returning it to its rightful owner. With actress and former Brady Bunch Eve Plumb, controversial camp counselor Rick Hobbs, super-duper hunk Flabio, and tonight's band, Wuditz. And now, say goodnight to Mark DeCarlo!
Thank you very much. Welcome. Welcome to Goodnight America. Thanks for stopping by, folks. We appreciate it. Boy, oh boy. How about it one more time for the best band, Wuditz? Nice cap there, Gus.
Thank you, thank you.
I like that very. Now, before we actually get started with the show, a little piece of business. The audience that was here last night, this was left in the Lost and Found last night, and we didn't really find it until the audience went home. So, folks, if you were here in our audience last night, we found this purse. And I thought if you're watching tonight, I'm not going to, I don't want to. There's a comb in here, a compact. We got some lipstick, mustache wax. Oh, it's yours, Gus? Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. All right. That was easy. We're just trying to perform any public services that we can. Here's another public service. Please say hello to Eric Charles Boardman. He's right over there.
Thank you.
All right, let's get the show started. How does that sound? Now, you folks keep abreast of your periodicals, and I know you'll certainly be familiar with our next guest. He was featured in tons of them, prominently featured because of, well, you'll see in a minute, in a recent issue of People magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome supermodel Flavio! Have a seat. Yeah.
Cover up.
We're not on that. We're not on that late, Flavio. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
You got a color picture here in People magazine without your shirt on.
Manly, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Now, how were you? You don't look like the typical supermodel. How were you discovered?
Well, I was in McDonald's one day eating Big Macs, getting ready to go home and have dinner. And then and a man by the name of Eric Stace came in and said, I can make you a star. So here I am.
Wow. And has he made you a star?
It's getting there.
What is it about you? You know, they say stars have it, that star quality. What is it about you think that makes you have it?
Well, I'm natural. I mean, I've got the body of a god. I mean,
if you're dyslexic, yes.
And the hair and the personality too, I think.
Now, do people ever confuse you with that other model, Fabio?
Of course, but then I show them the tattoo and they can tell the difference.
And what does the tattoo say?
It says Tea Tiny Bubbles.
Tea Tiny Bubbles?
Yes.
And what does that mean?
That's after my mother. That's her name.
That's very sweet. Now, I hear you were following in Farrah Fawcett's footsteps and you made a poster of yourself. Is that true?
Yes.
We have a
started
picture.
with the poster.
It all started with the poster?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
That is a poster.
You betcha.
Flabio, can I ask you how much you weigh?
400 pounds.
400.
400.
On the nose.
On the nose.
What do you do to
On
keep
the
it up there?
Cheerios, Big Macs, beer.
You know, when I was in high school, I weighed 240 pounds. I was very fat, and I used to eat, this is a true story, I used to eat cans of Betty Crocker frosting, just spooning it out of the can. That's true. You ever do something like that?
No, I don't like sugar. Sugar's bad for you.
Now, the other Fabio, the skinny guy, now he got his own TV show and all kinds of stuff. What do you aspire to? What would you like to be doing 5 years from now?
Action adventure movies, more modeling, eating. Just having a good time.
Now, someone told me you have a calendar in the works?
It's a calendar and a 900 number, and there's other things in the works.
I call your 900 number, and what do I get?
We'll talk about the events of the day, maybe, and my special love techniques.
I got time. What are some of your love techniques? Can you share anything with us?
Well, I think I'll wait, and we'll use those on the 900 number.
You are such a tease. We'll be right back with Eve Plum. Don't go away.
If you or someone you know has herpes, then this is important to watch because the product I'm going to share with you is guaranteed to work. It's called Azurex. There is no cure for herpes, but there is something guaranteed to stop outbreaks, provide soothing relief, and accelerate healing. In this attack pack, there are 5 individual swabs. They are easy to carry and easy to use. Just snap it to activate it. If you feel an outbreak coming on, apply Azurex after that first tingle and immediately feel the relief. So if you're looking for something that's powerful, natural, and really works, then order Azurex now.
Our next guest is a veteran TV actress who's best known for playing the middle child of a very lovely lady. Please welcome Eve Plum. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for coming out here.
Flavio, where's your accent?
I don't have an accent.
I'm just wondering why, because you seem to sort of be... Are you any relation to the Flavio that we all know and love?
No, I was born in New Jersey.
Okay. I just thought the similar name might have been. Sorry.
Where should we start? Ooh, how about the Brady Bunch is on 24 hours a day? Don't you get sick of watching that?
I do, because I'm not making any money from it.
So now, just so the folks at home know, now if you make a television show,
Right.
you get a thing called residuals.
Right.
And you get paid
Right.
forever.
Forever and ever and ever till, you know. So yeah, you
But
do.
that law was not in effect when you guys
No,
were doing
if we
the show?
if we had done a 6th year, we would be making money from that year. But we made money on like 10 reruns of each of the shows, and everybody at the time we thought, oh, this is great, this is fabulous. But who knew about cable and Ted Turner? And it just seems to be a franchise, and it seems to be that there are a lot of other people making money off of it, which is, you know, fine if you're creative. That's great. But
well, there's the real live Brady Bunch, which is
Right.
on Broadway. That was in Chicago. Someone told
Yeah.
me there's a Brady Bunch movie coming around.
right, yes, which is a completely different thing.
I was in Chicago a couple years ago.
Right.
And there was a play in Chicago that would take
Right.
an old,
Right.
actual Brady Bunch script
Right.
and do it on stage, and you were in it.
Yes, I was. They wanted me to play Jan, but that would have been just a little too strange. So I played another character, and they've got a franchise going of that play, the Real Life Brady Bunch. So it wasn't as good as the Frayed Knots, however.
That's right. For those of you not in the know in the comedy world, Eve and I were in a improv comedy group here in Los Angeles for a couple of years.
Yes, the Frayed Knots. Tell them the joke. Tell them the inception of the name, Mark, because I was trying to tell it backstage and I just blew it.
Oh, that's like a classic old joke. These two knots walk into or these two pieces of rope, Flabio, walk into a bar.
See, you just can't tell the joke.
No, and one piece of rope says to the bartender, "Give me a slow gin fizz," and the bartender says, "Oh no, we don't serve ropes in here." He goes, "What? I'm not a rope. I'm afraid not." Because he had the top of his hair was frayed.
See, and it just doesn't quite
The group was
play.
that funny too.
Yeah.
Any roles that have come and gone that you wish you could have done?
You know what? Actually, a couple of them. I didn't read for, but met with. You know, when you're going to meet, you have a conversation with.
No one will see me. I don't know what
See.
you're talking about. I
met with someone. It was gosh, years and years ago. Go meet this producer. He's doing this movie. His name is George Lucas, and the movie's called Star Wars. And he was telling me about this storyline. This is, remember, before Star Wars, space movies were cheesy, awful, horrible thing. And he was saying, you know, well, it's about this Princess Leia and this guy who's going to save her. I'm like, oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm real glad I squeaked by that one.
Did you tell him no?
He didn't ask me.
Oh. And you could have been Princess Leia?
I wish I could have been Princess Leia.
Wow.
The other one was Steven Spielberg. I met with Steven Spielberg for Indiana Jones. He wasn't telling anybody what it was. All he did was he said, you know, it's about a guy, a girl, and the world. And I was like, can I carry coffee on this movie? Please.
So what would you like to do 5 years from now?
5 years from now, gosh, I'd like to be wrapping up the 5th year of an incredibly successful sitcom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, you're doing plays, right?
Yes, doing plays, doing
what was the
wacky
last
plays.
play you just
The
did?
last plays I just did was a play called Manson the Musical. It was a comedy, believe it or not, and I played Sharon Tate and Rosemary LaBianca. Got stabbed on stage nightly in a death ballet. It was Sharon Tate. It was really quite funny, honest.
It sounds hilarious.
It was a gut buster.
So you've been in show business.
Show business since I was 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Now, everybody I know, and I'm not just, I haven't actually told you this before, but everybody I know my age had a crush on you, huge crush on you growing up.
Right.
Who did you have a crush on?
David Cassidy. See, there were the gals that liked Bobby Sherman, who I wasn't too big on, but David Cassidy and Davy Jones, actually. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was short, you know, had that accent going, Davy Jones.
And did you guys were on
never
right
met.
after each other, though?
Right after each other, but as you know in TV land, Mark, it's just comes through the TV doesn't mean that it all goes out of the same studio.
What? That can't be true. I'm too devastated to go on. We're going to go away for a commercial. We'll be right back with Rick Haas. Don't go away. You mean you didn't actually... Check out your calendar. It's summertime, and that means one thing, it's camping time. Our next guest runs a very unique camp in Idaho that claims to make men out of young boys. So please welcome Rick Haas. Bring it out. Nice to have you here, Rick.
Good to be here.
Tell me a little bit about Camp Sparta. Is that the name of your place?
Camp Sparta is located about 20 minutes outside of Pocatello, Idaho. It's a wonderful place where boys learn how to be men, and we believe in physical fitness, physical exercise, and weeding out the weak.
Great. It sounds like
one way of putting it.
Sure, it sounds like a great thing to do for a summer.
It is.
What exactly was your inspiration for this camp?
Well, you know, I taught high school gymnastics and physical education, Mark, and I got to be honest, I'm very upset with the way America's going in a lot of ways. You know, what's with the baggy pants and the earrings through the tattoos, and I think we need to be more manly, to be honest, and I decided to, I've got 3 sons, and I decided to take my sons out on a camping trip. And I noticed by the end of the weekend that 2 of them had become much more manly after the weekend, and the other one is living now with my wife. We're separated. But it gave me this idea to start a camp based on the city-state of Sparta and to really make it go.
Sparta from ancient Greece.
Right, and we're tailored after that. We wear loincloths when we work out. We have togas on Saturday nights, and it's a whole Sparta ambiance.
And this is just boys at this camp?
Just boys at the camp. We wake up with rigorous...
How old are the kids?
Calisthenics. They range anywhere from 14 to 20. And we start off with a rigorous athletic environment. We only have about 40 boys at the camp. We serve 30 for breakfast. So we want to teach the 10 that don't get it that they've got to get there early. We want to teach them how rough life can be and make it kind of a Spartan environment.
Now, do the parents know and approve of
the parents
your
love
methods?
This. They're 100% enthusiastic for it. They want to join up, but unfortunately, it's just for the kids right now.
So talk me through a typical, because I went to camp when I was a little kid, and we went canoeing and archery and
this is different.
played baseball.
We wake up at the crack of dawn before sunset, before sun up. Sunset, sun up, what's the difference? We start out with rigorous calisthenics. We have a gladiator pit where the boys learn hand-to-hand combat. And it's something that you've got to see to believe.
Actual physical combat with like a mace?
Well, we have like rubber shields and rubber swords, but it's hard rubber. It's not, it hurts. It'll sting if you smack somebody on the bicep with it. No. And the kids learn what life's all about. They catch their own dinner with their bare hands. We have wild stock birds and turkeys and squirrels, and they go out and catch their own dinner and they cook it. It's a way, I know it's kind of extravagant, but it's a way to teach people how to survive in life. It's really working.
So you don't
we're going to open up another camp in Boise next summer. I mean, people are dying to get in.
So you don't provide enough breakfast or lunch. You have to catch your own dinner. It sounds like you got a pretty low operating overhead.
That's true. Rick. That's true, and that helps us. That helps
sure.
us. But no, I don't mean to make light of it, because there's nothing like running through that Idaho grass, bare-chested, with the wind blowing in your face, and seeing those muscular legs churning across the field. And a lot of these guys used to just sit around and watch TV, and I'm proud of my boys. I am. We could sign you up in a minute.
Does this sound like something?
No. Flavio does not exercise. I'm sorry.
So no girls at all, it's just boys?
Well, there is a sister camp across the river called Camp Diana, and we do allow the guys to go down there and yell across the river, and occasionally we have had a guy jump in the river and go over and, whatever happens. But we try to prevent that. We want the boys to focus on being boys and becoming men.
Uh-huh. And how long is the process?
The whole summer. The whole summer.
12 weeks.
We lose people sometimes. We lose a couple of guys. We just ship new ones in.
Do you mean lose? They're just like in the woods somewhere and you can't find them?
No, a lot of guys quit. A lot of guys try to escape. It's barbed wired. But there are a lot of guys who I don't know how they do it, but they get to phones or something. A lot of them have beeperless somethings hidden out where they contact their family and they escape. And we just get new people coming in. People are dying to get into this place. And frankly, I don't want kids that are going to be too artistic and
sounds like they're dying to get out.
Probably drowning.
You can say that, but
it sounds like they're literally dying and then they get out.
Somebody's got to do something, and I just think this is a good direction to go into.
What about kids that aren't in that geographical area? If they want to come to camp, will you fly them from like Florida or wherever you want to go?
As I said, we're starting a new camp in Boise. We can't fly people in, but we do have a new Camp Sparta workout tape that can be available to you, and I'm sure you'd enjoy it.
How is this different than like a Jane Fonda workout kind of a thing?
It's much more muscular. It's much more manly. It's much more kind of John Wayne-ish.
Uh-huh.
Whereas I think Jane is more of she's Jane Fonda.
Yes, she is.
She is.
Do you have any recent graduates of your program?
As a matter of fact, I got a couple of boys right here today, and I want to show two of our graduates. Come on out here, Ben and Ray, I want you down for 20. Come on, give me 20 push-ups. I want those pelvics parallel with the floor. Come on. Nice, even gait. Look at these guys. Were both couch potatoes. This is 3 summers with me.
Wow, it's amazing.
America, huh? The choice is yours. What do you want? Do you want Spartans or Flabio? Huh?
Flavio's going to do one. How about the women's perspective, Eve? Would you rather have a Spartan or a Flavio?
No offense to Flavio, but I'm going to have to go with the Spartans on this one.
Well, there's 2. You might as well. We're going to be right back. Don't go away. There's more to come. Oh, man. Is this a camp you think you might visit, Flabio? You were doing pretty good with the push-ups there.
No, I don't need a camp to learn how to do that. I can do that.
Yeah? How many push-ups can you do, Eve?
None.
I'll match you push-up for push-up.
Well, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, come on, let's go. Ready? Go. 1. Oh, my God. You've got to be kidding me. 2. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Come on. Push. You've got to go to Camp Diana. 1 more. I can't believe you can't even do 4 push-ups. Oh, that's good. 1 more. One more. One more. I hate you. There we go. 5. We're out of time. Folks, I want to thank my guest, Flavio, the incredibly strong Eve Plum, and Mr. Richard Haas. Good night, America. That's it. Oh. Pushing.